So if I could invite everyone to please start coming in from outside. It's almost 11 o'clock, so we can start to... And please, Eddie, time to be quiet. Please, I know it's a very difficult thing to do. It's one of the most impossible things to get Eddie to be quiet. But if, Eddie, if you can hear me, time, I don't need an accompaniment for my Dhamma talk. Very good. Okay. Okay, poor old Eddie. So I hope you've enjoyed so far today, or this evening. Some bit of fun and games, some fellowships, breaking down boundaries, making people talk to one another. Because that's an important part of our spiritual life, having good friends. I certainly remember being a young man who was a Buddhist. I had other friends, but when I started talking about things which I really enjoyed, like Buddhism, they didn't understand what I was talking about. And I still recall when I was in Thailand sending all these letters about Buddhism to my mother. And when she replied, she never actually mentioned anything about what I wrote. And so I asked her once in a letter, all this stuff about Buddhism which I'm talking about, do you understand any of it? And she said, nope. It's a waste of time. And so it's wonderful when you do have friends, people who share your interests, share just your involvement in things which really drive you in your life, which give your life meaning and happiness and hope in your life. To be able to share that with others is a wonderful thing. And so just to have a center like this where you can come and we can celebrate something like a new year in an interesting way. This is not exactly how they celebrate New Year in Thailand, nor in Sri Lanka, in Malaysia or Singapore or Bangladesh or wherever you come from, but it is appropriate to the time and place here in Australia to be able to create a sense of fun and happiness, as somebody said when we're asking those questions, about why we are here and what's the best done, or why Buddhism is a good religion. And I listened, and somebody said it's because it's a practice which leads to happiness, which is such an important thing. It's okay to say it answers some of the philosophical questions about the nature of existence, but really that type of stuff, yeah, it's nice to argue about that, but what really is important is whether it leads to some happiness or not. And if it doesn't lead to any happiness, you may have amazing theories about the nature of the universe, but if it doesn't really make you happy, what's the point of it? So in order to actually to create that sense of happiness and joy in life, that's what we are here for. And of course, that happiness and joy, which hopefully, that little by little you'll explore in a center like this, goes deeper and deeper and deeper and more intense happiness. So this is like a path of happiness, and hopefully the monks and the nuns who you see, you can go visit their monasteries, you can talk to them, you can check them out, that this is actually real. I still remember just Lady Rachel. She was a past president. She now looks after our group in Armadale. She told me that when she first saw the monks at Bodhinyana Monastery in Serpentine, she thought they were impressive, but she really did not want to commit until she checked them out. Until she spent 2 or 3 years looking to see whether they are just pretending, whether you just go up in front of people and smile, and then when everyone's gone away, you're another person, miserable, nasty and angry. So it was about 3 or 4 years, she said, before she was convinced that this is actually for real, this is genuine, this is not just putting on an act for people when they're sitting in the front of a microphone. And hopefully that each one of you, we don't hide anything, that you know that this is actually the real thing, that this path does actually lead to greater and greater peace and happiness. And it's obvious to know why. It's because it's so easy for us to let go of the past. We're getting to 2017 in 55 minutes' time. And so some people are still living in 2014, 2000, 1982. Sometimes people always like living in the past. And this is one great thing with the new year. It's so obvious that we should let go of the past. 2016 is the old year. So I don't know what type of year you've had. Nice memories or bad memories, but all memories. When it gets to the 12 midnight, that's when we don't just say Happy New Year, that's when we press the delete button. The delete button for 2016, deleted with all the files, both good and bad, sent to extermination so we can be free, peaceful and open for this next year. For example, I was mentioning about my mother not really understanding anything about the meaning of Buddhism, but when actually she saw it in practice, kind, happy people, that meant much more to her. But every time I went to visit her, because I was in Thailand, it was 8 years before I had an opportunity to leave Thailand and go visit my mother. And of course, after a year later, I came here to Australia. And when I visited her from Australia, I always wanted to take her something, just to remember me by, something which was Australian. And of course, the obvious gift to give to someone in London was a little furry stuffed kangaroo, you know, the soft toys. So I got her a nice soft kangaroo, and she loved that kangaroo. She put it on her shelf. And when I left, she said, whenever I look at that kangaroo, I always think of you. Wonderful. She enjoyed it so much. When I visited her a few years later, I bought her another animal, a stuffed kookaburra, which I managed to get from a shop. So she put it next to the kangaroo. And the next time, I got her something else, a koala bear soft toy. So now she had the koala bear, the kookaburra, and the kangaroo. And then the next time I managed to find a platypus, which I put next to it. And the next time I went to visit her, it was a wombat, because many animals I possibly could. And when I got the wombat, she still had the kangaroo, she still had the koala, the kookaburra, and the platypus. The trouble was, the shelf was now too small. And when she tried to put the wombat on the shelf, the other animals fell off. And I told my mother, you've had that kangaroo for years, throw it away, give it away, to charity or something. But she said, oh no, that's so important, I love that little kangaroo. Well, get rid of the platypus then. Oh no, that's so cute and soft. The kookaburra? No. And there's no way she would let go of any of those soft toys, which is one of the reasons why she could not find any space on the shelf. And to me, I realized that that's what's called a nervous breakdown. Your poor brain has got so much stuff in it, and you try and put something else in, and there's no space for it. So I told her, just empty it, let the old animals go. If you just get rid of the kangaroo and the kookaburra and the platypus and the koala, get rid of those, then you can just have the new animal on the shelf, easy to balance, and you can focus on it, you look upon it, and it's not complicated. And I said, that's actually how we should use our mind. 2016, it's gone soon, so delete it, throw it away, give it away, so that 2017 can be empty, pure and uncluttered with the past. So that was always my simile of the shelf with all my mother's animals on it. Why do we collect so much? Because if you collect so many old animals, you can't focus on the new one, which is right in front of you now. She couldn't really appreciate the the new animal, the wombat, because all the other ones were getting in the way. And she spent hours trying to balance them. If you ever try to balance one soft toy on another, it's impossible. So my poor old mother, and she still wouldn't listen, why can't we just let the old stuff go? Which means the present stuff has got more space, more freedom, easy to live with. So this is one of the reasons why in Buddhism we encourage, we argue, until eventually we can do it. We can let go of all the past. So 2017 is free and empty with no history to burden us. Totally free. You know what it's like when you were a kid? Every new year you didn't really worry about what happened in the past. Totally free, a great adventure, exciting, who knows what's going to happen, and not burdened with living in the past. A free, empty shelf. So that's one of the reasons why Buddhists are happy, because we learn how to let go of the past. We're not having this big, heavy backpack on. I don't know, I've seen these poor people at the airports. Big backpacks, and amazing just what you can get in a backpack, and 2 suitcases on either side, and a bum bag as well. And if they were African, they probably have things on their head as well. I don't know what they can do, put anywhere. So, why do people carry so much stuff? Me, I just got my bag and just walk through the airport so easily, so light. Because you don't carry much baggage. So, what type of baggage are you going to carry into 2017? Can't you check it in now, and I will dispose of all your bad baggage? We should have a big bin here somewhere, a big rubbish bin, and there you can put all of your past, and leave it here, so you go home totally free and empty, especially all the bad stuff of the past. So, that's one of the reasons why we're happy, because we can forgive and let go. It doesn't matter who did what to whom. And my saying is, this is an Australian saying, you don't have to seek revenge. If someone has really been bad to you, you don't need to seek revenge, because karma will get the bastards anyway. Okay, that's Australian. So why do you need to bother yourself? Karma will do the job for you. So you can just let go and relax and enjoy 2017. And anyway, so many people, you didn't do anything wrong. They did the wrong stuff. Why do you have to suffer? So for me, when anybody just does something wrong, they let me down, they don't do the right thing, I am not going to suffer because of them. I refuse to be upset. They did the bad karma, not me, so I am not going to worry about it. I am not going to allow them to steal my happiness. This is one of the things which I've often said. There was, what was that time just this last year? One memory I do have is a very good memory, a very fortunate memory. One of the lucky things of 2016, that our monastery was robbed. Oh, it was such a wonderful event. So lucky to be burgled. You know why? Because the burglar came into our workshop, and the burglar stole a couple of chainsaws and what else? Drills and a generator, and it was all old stuff, and it was insured. So we got new stuff with no outlay. So thanks to that burglar, we replaced all our old stuff with new stuff. Thank you so much, burglar. Now don't come again this year, because the stuff is still new. Wait for another couple of years. And if the burglar is listening, can you please come back, do the same again? It was very fortunate. At the same time, we always said, yes, a burglar can steal the generator, but we're not going to allow any burglar to steal our happiness and peace. We don't have to. They can steal your generator and they can steal your chainsaws, but why do you allow them to steal your happiness as well? You don't need to. So take the stuff, but happiness, peace, joy, that's something I won't allow anyone to steal. That is what I control. I have the choice to get upset and angry or to remain happy. And I always exercise that choice. And it's the same, that's why we look at the past, we don't worry what other people did to us or said to us. It doesn't matter what happens. You had a successful year or a terrible year. Who cares? It's all gone now. And if it's a really bad or terrible year, I think that's wonderful. I learned so much. If I had a very wonderful, happy year, well, I didn't learn very much, but I enjoyed myself. Either way, you always win if you're a Buddhist. Marvelous religion. Even those people, as many people have passed away this last year, the rest of us have to keep carrying on. Oh, it's really tough. The longer I live, the harder I have to work. When I first came here, I wasn't at all popular. I could do so much meditation. As the years went past, more and more people come to see these talks. More and more people listen on YouTube, and that's really, really sucks. Now I don't have any rest. Now I just have a walk outside and someone's got a camera in front of me. Can I take a photo of you, Ajahn Brahm? I go to airports, and honestly, it's really awful traveling these days. What was it in Hong Kong? Giving a talk in the Jockey Club, a couple of thousand people, and afterwards they all had their questions. It's same as here, you know. After the Friday night talk, I ask, any questions? Any questions? No one puts their hands up, no questions, great. We bow, and there's a whole line of people with their questions. That's what's happening in Hong Kong too. Whole line of people with their questions, and not just questions, they want to take a photograph, sign the book. I know it's about an hour and a half, just signing books and answering questions and stuff, and taking photographs. And I may be a monk, but I'm also a human being. I have a bladder. And that bladder, just like everybody else's, needs to be emptied. And people forget about that. And they came up and said, oh, can I ask you a question? And I asked a question, then somebody else comes in, and somebody else comes in. But eventually, after about an hour and a half, I finally made it, to the toilet, the gents' toilet. It's in the lobby. Oh, that's such a relief. It's the closest thing to Nibbana, just relieving your bladder after 3 or 4 hours. But you know what happened? As soon as I went into the men's toilets, there was this young man, he was just washing his hand, he'd done his stuff, he was okay. And he turned around, oh, Ajahn Brahm, can I ask you a question on meditation? Inside the toilet. I don't get any peace, that's my suffering. Anyhow, yeah, you have to work really hard, but then again, you make many people happy, so that makes me happy. Anyway, and eventually, it wasn't that long a question, thank goodness. So I could actually get into the cubicle. Unfortunately, when you get into the cubicle, you're the only one there, so you lock the door and bolt it and put barricades up so you can have a bit of peace and quiet. So anyhow, that is my life, but I'm happy with it. So whatever happens in my life, I always make sure, yeah, if it goes well, wonderful. If it doesn't go well, that's even more wonderful. And so that positive attitude, if you get sick, wonderful, you can rest in the hospital bed. If you die, that's even better. Oh, just imagine all the good karma I've made. Heaps and heaps of good karma. So what's going to happen to me if I die? Oh, it'll be amazing. Much better than here. So I can't wait. I'm really excited if any doctor comes along and says, Ajahn Brahm, you've got cancer. Oh, yes, at last, woohoo! I'm out of here. Can you think the same? Oh, come on, why not? Haven't you made good karma? What about you? You're all good people. You must be good people. You come here. I mean, look, I've been teaching you, looking after you, chanting for you. You don't think this chanting works? Of course it works. So if any of you die, you're going to go to some nice heaven realm. You looking forward to it? No, come on. They're living here with governments and there's people always making mistakes and all this stuff which happens in life and arguments and flies and mosquitoes. So, I'll let you into a secret. There's no flies up in heaven. No mosquitoes. There is no government up in heaven. This was a little story I told years ago at a funeral. You know, I went to so many funerals, and they're so depressing, funerals. So I decided it's about time we did something different. So I think I'm probably the first priest, monk, religious leader in the whole of Perth, the first to tell a joke at a funeral. And I remember this to this day, getting up there, you know, in front of the coffin and all the mourners in black, and then I told a joke. And the funeral directors, they knew what I was doing. They soon heard I was telling a joke. They knew my character. And they were standing in the back, behind everybody going, no, no, no. Trying to stop me. Well, I'm not going to stop for some little funeral director. I just went all the way and told the whole joke. And the family, they loved it. Said, oh, thank you so much. You know, our father would have loved that. There's a really funny joke. That's just really just like him to have a joke like that. And they said, we swear that we heard the coffin rattling with him laughing inside or something like that. So I told a nice joke about death. And it goes like this. That once there was this elderly couple. And this elderly couple, they lived together so peacefully, harmoniously. They loved each other so much, just like some of you. You know, together for years and years, inseparable. So when one of them eventually died, the other one was so heartbroken, so devastated, that they died a few days later. And I've actually seen that happen myself. Couples have been together so close, when one dies, the other one just goes pretty quickly. So because they died so close together, they appeared in heaven together. And as they appeared in heaven together, they were met by an angel. And the angel said, Sir, because of all of your good karma, you've come up to heaven. And I want to show you your eternal reward. And they showed them this mansion on the cliffs overlooking the ocean. It was a sort of mansion which would have to be a crook or a politician to be able to get one of those. And in fact, there's not that much difference, some people say. But anyhow, a beautiful mansion overlooking the ocean. Not like some Hollywood star should be staying in it. And he said, look, it's a beautiful house to live in. But someone on my income cannot afford the council tax, the rates, the property taxes. Because you know what it's like, if you've got a really big house here in Australia, they really make you pay a lot of money for the council rates. He said, I can't afford it. And the angel said, Sir, there is no government up in heaven. We don't allow those people to come up here. There's no taxes to pay up in heaven. It's totally free. Don't have to pay a cent. It's yours. And so he was really pleased about that. He had this huge house, didn't have to pay any money at all to the government for. And he took him inside. And that was a huge mansion, so many rooms. And every room was furnished like you wouldn't believe. All of the tables were solid mahogany. There was a huge plasma screen TV, because he liked to watch the soccer. Huge plasma screen TV, the size of Anfield. And he said, this is heaven, so whenever you watch your team play, they always win. They never lose. And he showed them the bathroom. And the bathroom was something which not even Donald Trump can afford. There, the bowl which you sit on was made of solid gold. And the little button you press, to flush the toilet, it wasn't like some stainless steel button. It was a solid 30-carat diamond. And when you did press it, it was not water. Water didn't come out. It was Chanel No. 5 came out. That's what they flush the toilets with up in heaven. And the whole house was like that. And when he finished showing around the house, he said, look, this is too expensive. I will never be able to find the money to pay the insurance premium. And he said, sir, we don't get burglars up in heaven. They don't get up here. They go down below. This is no burglars. You don't need insurance. And he took them down to the garage. Treble garage. Huge garage. And the first car in the treble garage was this enormous, absolutely gigantic stretch limousine. So big they had a swimming pool in the back. The second was one of these four-wheel drives, SUVs, goes anywhere vehicle. And he said, this is so powerful. It doesn't just go off-road. It doesn't just go in the mountains. It can even go up waterfalls. That's how powerful this was. And the last car was the best of all. A limited edition red Ferrari. Did you ever want a red Ferrari sports car? And the angel said, look, we've seen you looking through the magazines at these really fast sports cars. You can never afford one. So we decided, for your eternal reward, you've been a good person, this is your reward. Beautiful sports car. And he said to him, look, what is the point? What is the point of having a fast car in today's world? Number one, too many traffic jams. And number two, if you can get a straight piece of road with no cars, police speed cameras. And the angel said, what are you talking about? This is heaven. There are no police in heaven and no speed cameras. We don't need them. You can go as fast as you like, because it does not matter if you crash, you're already dead. So you can go as fast as you like, doesn't matter. So he was pretty pleased about that, but then they opened the garage doors, and on the opposite side of the road there was this immaculate 18-hole golf course. Now, the vines was nothing towards this. Carrying up golf cart, that was just like a car park compared to this golf course. This was so amazing. And that is when the angel said, that golf course over there, we knew how you loved playing golf in your life down in earth. We made it especially for you on the opposite side of your house. And he said that this golf course was designed by none other than Tiger Woods. He said, it can't be. Tiger Woods is not dead. Ah, he said. Do you remember that time when he had an argument with his wife and he crashed his car? When he crashed his car, he had a near-death experience. So we caught him when he had his near-death experience, go and design the golf course, then we sent him back to earth again. So this is Tiger Woods' design. And he said, because this is heavenly golf course, as long as you get it on the green, whichever way you putt it, it always just goes into the hole. Always curls around. Heaven. And the guy said, yeah, it's a lovely golf course, but you know what it's like in these golf courses and country clubs. You have to be elected to be a member before you can play there. And he said, look, I don't know anyone important. I will never get elected to be a member of a club like that. It's just too snooty, too elite for someone like me. And the angel looked at him again and said, sir, how many times do I have to tell you this is heaven? You're already a member. But you're not a life member, sir. You're a death member. Enjoy. And after that, the angel left him to his beautiful mansion, his fast Ferrari car, he can go as fast as he wants, and his golf course and everything else. And that's when he started getting very angry at his wife. Wife! Wife! He was really angry at his wife, and he was scolding her, calling all sorts of names, and she couldn't understand why. When he paused for breath, which everyone has to do eventually, she said, why are you so angry at me? Look, you got this wonderful house. You got your Ferrari sports car, your golf course. Why are you so angry at me? And he looked at her with just such anger and and hatred in his eyes. He said, because wife, if you hadn't given me all that healthy food, I could have been up here many years ago. So, I often like giving that story at health food conferences. I get really a lot of criticism for that. But it's true. If you've got all that coming for you when you go to heaven, can you say, I can't wait? So, this is, yeah, you get sick and you die. If you understand what's going on in life, yay! And that actually happened to one of my favorite monks who died, Dr. Kesri Dhammananda in Kuala Lumpur, Brickfields Temple. Many of you know him, a very inspirational monk. I saw his doctor, his oncologist. His oncologist confirmed this to me personally. He said, when I told this monk that his cancer was terminal, that there was no possibility of any cure, he only had 4 months to live or something, that monk burst out laughing. The only person he's ever known to laugh when he said he's going to die. I can understand why. Yay! Golf course. Whatever you like. So that is how even Buddhists can be happy no matter what's happening. And there's other people even here. One of our members years ago, she thought she had, what was it called? Hay fever, very bad hay fever. But it was so bad, they took her to hospital and found it wasn't hay fever, it was lung cancer. Only, waste of time, no treatment possible, a couple of months was all she had to live. And I went to see her. She called me straight away, stopped what I was doing, went to, is it Royal Perth? No, it's Charlie Gardner's. Went to Charlie Gardner's, went into the room there, and she was laying in bed, laughing over her face. Hey, only 2 months to live, great. And she told me, she was a Thai girl, that was Ratana, for those of you who know her. She said, please tell all the Thai people, don't come and see me yet. They can see me as much as they want once I'm in my box. That's what she said, laughing, cracking jokes. And as I left her, arranging all the funeral, she was totally at peace. She was a good Buddhist, not upset about anything, even the fact she's going to die soon. And really good Buddhist. And afterwards, when I went out, having talked to her, the matron of the hospital was there, this really old nurse. And she actually, she shouldn't do this, she actually grabbed me by the robe and pulled me into her room. Said, I'm glad you've come, I'm glad you've come. That lady in there, you just seen her. Said, oh yeah, she's in denial. She's in denial. What are you talking about she's in denial? She's not crying, she's not upset. Yeah, of course not, she's a Buddhist. This is what Buddhists are like. And she'd never seen this before, this matron. Every time someone had been told they're going to die, they would always go crazy, crying, oh, I'm too young to die. That's what actually happened. I heard this was a lady, she was 90. Been healthy all her life. And when her doctor said she got terminal cancer, that's what she said. Why me? Come on, 90, you got away with it for such a long time. It's about time something caught up with you. But no, we're very at peace with all this. Whatever happens in life, you can always make something out of it. So that is one of the reasons why this is a path to happiness. We can let go of the past. We're not afraid of the future. Whatever's going to happen to us. Woohoo! Even sometimes people say, well, look, Ajahn Brahm, you're a famous monk now. What if somebody's really got in for you? And they really sort of, they set you up, they make false accusations, and eventually, you have to go to jail. Sadhu, 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 if I go to jail, it's just a wonderful thing for me. Because if in jail, I get 3 meals a day, I only get 2 meals a day here. And you get sort of, you watch TV in jail. What else do you get in jail? I get actually a nice bed in jail. I've seen the beds in jail. You see my bed, I sleep on the floor in a little cave. And also, lots of work here, as a monk, but if I go to jail, it's such a wonderful, it's far more comfortable than Bodhinyana Monastery. I've been in the jail, it's much more comfortable. And number two, if ever I want to go on a retreat, it's so hard getting time off to go on a retreat in Bodhinyana Monastery. If I was in jail, it's so easy. All you do is punch a prison officer on the nose, you get 3 months retreat. They call it solitary, but I call it retreat time. so I don't know. Now that's a positive attitude, which that when you think like that, that's why you're happy. Which is one of the reasons why this is a path of happiness. Changing the way you look at life, creating a more positive attitude, a real positive attitude, and learning whatever happens in life, you can always make something out of it. And hopefully that's what you learn here. You can let go of the past, look forward. Who knows what's going to happen in not 19, that was last century, wasn't it? I will let go of last century yet. But 2017, who knows what's going to happen? Let's go for it and make it a good year. And the other thing we always know, I know this because you can make the new year whatever you want. It is a blank sheet. And you can draw in there really black and grey colours. You can get out the brightly coloured pencils and colour it all in. Yeah, you know, it's like white paper with black lines on it, like you colour in like you did as a kid. But you're limited to what you can do, but you can choose the brightest colours and make 2017 a beautiful year. And I don't care. You say, no, I haven't got a job, haven't got a partner, I've got this disease and that disease, I'm bankrupt, everything's going wrong. I don't buy that. That is just what you've got to work with. But you can draw such beautiful colours on whatever situation life gives you. So please, for 2017, get the brightest colours out of the paint box and paint this new year into a beautiful, wonderful time for yourself. If not just for your own happiness, at least for everyone else's happiness. Too many miserable people in this world. And that's something which my resolution for 2017 is less miserable people by more happiness and more smiling and more joy coming from deep within with a beautiful positive attitude. And of course, one of the best ways of doing that is learning how to do a little bit of meditation. So now that's what we're going to do. So that's the end of the talk. Now we do some meditation. So here we go. Those who want to go to there's many types of meditation. There's one, the letting go meditation, which means going to the letting go room. Those are really desperate because I know what you feel like sometimes. I always said about my bladder story. So if you need to go, please do what needs to be done. And in the meantime, those who are here, it's 23 minutes left. And for the person who was crowned as Buddhist of the Year, you've only got another 23 minutes to enjoy it. It was for 2016, not 2017. I'm terribly sorry to say that. And close your eyes. And because there's many people here may have not meditated before, I will just do a bit of guided meditation for you. So first of all, become aware of your body. I'm just aware of my body. It's a bit tired. I'm an old monk. Not many 65-year-olds hold a party. If we do, it's usually during the middle of the day and then about 4 p.m. that is. So it's way past my bedtime. Who cares? I'm enjoying myself. But my body feels a bit tired. So I'm aware of my body and I care for it. I really care for my body enough to make sure I get into a nice posture. Just nice. Stretching this, stretching that, scratching if it needs to be scratched, sneezing if it needs to be sneezed. Letting go of wind if you need to let something go. But if you do, please sit in the back. I always tell people with digesting problems, please sit in the back because there's less people behind you who have to suffer. Please don't sit in the front. I often say, now you know why the people in the back always sit in the back. They're kind. So just relax your body. If your body is relaxed and comfortable, it's much easier to come into the present moment. You don't need to escape the pain, the aches, the discomfort. So come in and make your body comfortable. And if there's an ache or a pain somewhere, just focus on it. Get to know it. A lot of time it's the fear makes the pain hard. If you just get into the feeling, it's not actually a pain anymore, it's just a feeling. And you can soften it. Soften it at the edges first of all. And keep softening it deeper and deeper inside. It's called body awareness. All it is just looking after this vehicle, which you use so much. You look after your car, service it, fill it up, clean it. So look after your body. And it brings you into the present moment. And those of you who like to do the visualization of the two heavy bags, imagine you'd been to the Christmas sales, and then just imagination. Imagine you carrying two really heavy suitcases. One suitcase in the left hand, one bag, shopping bag is probably better, shopping bag in the right hand. And they're really heavy. You've been carrying them for such a long time, it makes your arms ache and your shoulders hurt. And then in your imagination, you visualize the shopping bag in your left hand. And on the outside, you can see the letters, not Myers or Coles or IGA or whatever. On the outside, you can see the letters P-A-S-T, past. Imagine the shopping bag with the P-A-S-T logo on the outside. Because inside that shopping bag are all your memories, both good and bad. What's happened to you over the past year and even earlier. We carry that around far too much. That's why, like a shopping bag carried too long makes your shoulders hurt and arms ache. Carrying around the past too long makes your heart hurt. Makes your mind very weak and tired. Carrying around too long. And then you imagine looking at the shopping bag in the right hand. That has a different word on the outside, F-U-T-U-R-E, future. Because in that shopping bag is where you put all of your fears and dreams and hopes, all the stuff which belongs to your future. And you carry that around way too long, and it's so full. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, the whole alphabet, both in Greek and Roman and anything else, Pali. So you've got these two shopping bags. In one you put your future, the other one you put your past. And you imagine just how heavy they are. And then, in this little exercise, you imagine the shopping bag in your left hand, the past. How tired it makes you feel. And then you imagine slowly lowering that shopping bag to the floor. Slowly. And when that shopping bag meets the ground, all the weight vanishes. That allows you to uncurl the fingers from the handle. Move your arm up to the side, so your left hand and arm can rest. You've let go of the past, just for a few minutes. Imagine a shopping bag in your right hand, you're still holding on to that, and it's so heavy. That's your future you're holding. Plans, fears, dreams, anxieties, all in that bag of the right hand. Then you slowly lower that to the ground. And when it meets the ground, the weight vanishes. You can move your hand away from the handle now, so your right hand and arm can hang loosely by your side, recuperating energizing. You've let go of those two bags, the past and the future. They're there for you after the meditation to pick up. No one, unfortunately, takes them away, so don't be afraid. But you're standing in this amazing place between the past and the future, between those two bags, what we call the present moment. It's a place of rest. And you need that rest from the past and the future, so that later on you can pick up those bags and carry them with ease through your life. Always know you can put them down again when you get tired. But now you let them go. So we learn how to be in this moment, this present moment. In the shopping bag exercises between the past and future. Now it's between these 2 years, 2016 and 17. Right between them. We don't hold the past, 2016. We don't have any expectations or worries or fears about 2017. Totally open to the adventure that is the future. Knowing that we have so many good friends, so many supports, that whatever happens we can face. We don't have to be afraid. You don't have to worry. You choose not to. But choose just to be resting at peace. You deserve it. And as we stay in this moment, we try and be kind to this moment. By being kind, we open our hearts to whatever happens in this moment. Open the heart to your body and how it feels, to your mind, to the thoughts. Kindness means not judging, letting this moment be, embracing it. And realizing the more open you are to this moment, the more peaceful it becomes. The more calm, the more still you are. One of the greatest of discoveries is called peace of mind. And here you have the key, the passage to find your own peace of mind. Right now, you may not be the healthiest, most trouble-free, but peace of mind is for everybody, even those who are dying, even those who are in pain, those who are disappointed and worried in life. Still, peace of mind is an option for you. It's possible. It's right here, right now, in this moment. There for your taking. Peace. Letting go of the past, letting go of the future, and being kind in the present. And you can feel the peace starting to grow. The feeling you're just happy to be here, content. Nothing you want right now. Put aside all wanting so you can be. When you want something else, you cannot enjoy what you already have. So try letting go of all wanting and realize how wealthy you already are. Just be. I'm now going to be quiet. It's 10 minutes left. When the clock turns to 2017, that is when I will start giving the chanting, the special blessing for the new year. So now just be quiet, relax, and just be. Not going anywhere, not thinking, not planning, just learning how to let go and be at peace. Like coming home into this body of mind. You work so hard, now is the time to rest. Those of you who like to watch your breathing, some of you use that for your meditation object. So you breathe in peace. Breathe out, let go. Breathe in peace and health and energy for 2017. Breathe out the old year, exhausted, tired, and all those bad memories. Breathe them out as well. Breathe in peace, hope, possibilities. Breathe out the past. Breathing in peace. Breathe out, let go. Learn how to listen, how to feel this moment. To be in life, not in thoughts, not in the past or future. To be in life as it's happening. Right there, in this wonderful place called Here and Now. Experiencing being rather than going and doing and travelling. Just being here. Getting to know life. Breathing in peace, breathe out, let go. Just a few minutes to go. Enjoy every one of them. It's now 2017. Would I give the blessing for you all for this new year? Sabba Buddhanubhavena Sabba มานุภาเวนะสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะพุทธรัตนังธัมมรัตนังสังฆรัตนังทินนังรัตนานังอนุภาเวนะจตุราสิทธิสหัสธัมมาคันดานุภาเวนะพิทักขาทายานุภาเวนะชินสาวกานุภาเวนะสัพเพเทโวกาสัพเพเทปายาสัพเพเทอันตรายาสัพเพเทอุปาทวาสัพเพเทตุนิมิตาสัพเพเทอวมังกลาวินาสันตุอายุวัฏโกดานวัฏโกสิริวัฏโกยาสวัฏโกปาลวัฏโกวานวัฏโกสุขวัฏโกโหตุสัพพดาดุขาโรกาปายาเวราโสขาสัตุจุปาดวะอเนคันตรายาภิวินาสันตุชะเทจะสาจายสิทธิดานังลาบังโสทีปะกะยังสุขังปะลังสิ